Hello, crafty friends. Hope you're doing well today. So thank you for joining me, and we're on card sketch number 22. Yeah, it's the last one in the annual catalog. Sad to say, but don't worry. Stampin' Up! Has been including them in all the future catalogs. So you've obviously seen it in the mini catalog, and I also got a sneak peek at the new catalog, which will be available January through April. And if you're not a current customer of mine and you'd like to receive a catalog, please click on the link that is found in the description below the video to request a current catalog, and I'll get that right out to you. So we're doing card sketch number 22, which is this one right down here. Really cool, and I'll show you the bigger version of it. Again, this could be found at FrenchieStamps.com. And I decided that today I'm going to use the Utterly Amazing Suite. So I have the stamps and the dies, and I may be using one of the dies. I'm not sure. It depends on which image I use. Then we're using the Utterly Adorable Designer Series paper. And aren't they just so adorable? Looking through these, I actually found something which was very interesting, and I'll show it to you when we come to it. But some of the dies actually cut out the images on the Designer Series paper. I love that Stampin' Up! Does that because, as you know, I don't like to fussy cut. So when dies are available, I totally use them. So here's the piece that I was talking about. Usually the patterns repeat, right? Well, on this one, I just noticed these cute little otters down here just kind of laughing and giggling and having fun together. So aren't they cute? But that pattern doesn't repeat anyplace else. Well, I guess it would have repeated up here, but it's just kind of like a part of it, right? Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cute. Anyway, that's just me. So, you know, you've always got your A side, and I call the non-patterned one without images the B side. So we've got some cute little otters swimming in water. And then your B side is more watercolor. And then this one's really great. You can totally just use this for a scrapbook layout. Just put a couple of pictures here and there and it's done. And then you got your B side, really cool colors. I love these colors too, so pretty. And then this is the last piece, and I will be using this piece. I've already cut some pieces down from it. So let's get started. I have some parts and pieces here. I have my cardstock, which measures 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. I'm using Balmy Blue. And then, as I mentioned, I've already cut some pieces from the foliage sheet. And this piece measures, I think it's 4 inches. No, 3 1/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So this piece is 3 1/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And what I decided to do is, rather than do a full piece of white cardstock on the inside, I'm going to layer this on the inside of the card base, and then the sentiment piece where you'll sign your name on top of that. So I thought that was kind of different, right? And then I also have 2 pieces here. Now on the sketch, you'll notice it says 2 squares at 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. So that's what I have for the basic white. But I wanted to break it up a little, and so I added 2 pieces of Lost Lagoon, and these measure 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. Then my other piece, which is 3/4 inches by 2 3/4, I'm going to show you something really cool that I was playing around with, and it kind of happened by accident. So here, let me show you that to begin with, because I just can't contain my excitement. So this is one of the Lost Lagoon. I think it's Lost Lagoon. It's the cording. This is really, really pretty. It's like shiny and sparkly, and it's so soft. And it's very easy to work with, so we'll be able to use it just like linen thread. It's very easy to tie. But I was kind of playing around and I said, oh, I wonder how that would look if I started kind of wrapping it around on that label piece, right? So that's what I started doing. So I'm going to continue doing that. And I'll show you what I was doing. This is just a piece of scrap paper. I love to save my scraps. So I put 3 pieces of tear and tape along the long side. And then what I do is I peel one off. And then I've just been wrapping the cord. Let me zoom in because I won't be able to do it holding it up high. So I've just been wrapping the cord, not on the back. Initially I thought, okay, I'm just going to wrap it to the back. But then I thought, you know what that sounds like? Seems like such a waste. So then I started just playing around, and I really like the way this looks. So I'm just going across, looping it, leaving a little bit hanging over the side because you're going to want to fold that under that piece. And then this is going to be added to the front of the card with dimensionals, so it will be okay with all that extra string cording on the back of that piece. So isn't that cool? I just thought that looked so different to do something like this. That was kind of neat. So I just wanted to show you that. And I will finish doing this, and I won't bore you with having to watch me put it together. And you can put it right up to each other, nice and close. Or I kind of like it where you leave a little bit of space in between, and you see that white peeking through as well. So we're just going to continue going across here. That first piece seems to always be difficult to start that loop, but once you get the loop, then all's a go. And then you take off the next one and just keep going. I think one more should do it at the bottom. I think I might have one more spot available to get another piece across. So we'll just finish it off with that one piece there. And then I'll snip this off. And I will secure that to the back. It's sticky because I have tear and tape there as well. So we're just going to fold these pieces over to the back. I might have made them a little too short. Like this one's a little bit too short, so it's fighting with me and it doesn't want to stay back there. But we're going to make him stay back there. And the tear and tape is perfect for this because it's very strong and will certainly grab these pieces. Okay, so we will set this aside now and we'll work with the rest of the card. So for this card, what I wanted to do is one of these, I think both of these, you know, I started doing this the other day and then I put it down, and I don't like it when I do that because then I kind of lose my train of thought of where I was going, what I was going to do. So let's see. Let's see what we're going to do. So what I did is I took these pieces, which measure 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, and I kind of just eyeballed which one of these, oh, let me zoom back out, sorry about that. Which one of these would work best in this little square? So this little guy up here seems to do pretty good, right? I could get him inside all the way. If we move it around a little, it'll totally get in there, right? I think this little guy would also fit, right? Okay. So that's one that would probably fit. I think these guys, I think this one would work well. You are losing the rocks on that one. Well, you're losing a little bit of the branches, so I might not use that one, although they are adorable. And then there's this one here, which I'm thinking this one right here would be perfect, because that fits just perfectly on there, right? So what I'm going to do is my favorite, I'm going to fussy cut it. So I'm going to fussy cut a piece of one of these out. And let's see if there was another one. I think that was it. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to fussy cut this one right here. And I'm not going to bore you having to watch me fussy cut. And like I said, I might do two of them, one for each piece. So I will be right back. All right, these are all done. They're all cut up. Not my favorite thing to do, so I'm sure that you appreciate not having to watch that. So let's start putting this card together. I'm going to start by putting our front piece. And I thought it would be nice to carry this to the inside as well. And you can use either side. I think I'm going to use the foliage again. I like the way that looks. So we'll just center this up. Okay. Then let's add these pieces to our Lost Lagoon pieces. And it just leaves a little bit of border around, like so. Okay, and one more. It's a good thing I wasn't stamping these, because that's a scrap, and if I messed up on one side, well, I'd have to get another piece, right? But I like to use up all my scraps. Try not to waste too much. Okay, let's stamp our greeting for the inside. And I am using You're Utterly Amazing. And I'm using Balmy Blue, which coordinates with our card base. Stamp some here. Since this is the first time I'm using it, I like to do that a couple of times just to condition the stamp, especially with these photopolymer stamps, because they tend to stick on the ink. I guess that's on the outside. I kept saying this black piece, and I didn't know where it was coming from. Let me close this glue before I make a mess with it. Okay, so we're just going to stamp this right in the center. I'm using my Pierce mat because I'm using photopolymer stamps. I'm trying to get better at using the Pierce mat for the photopolymer stamps, because it definitely makes a better image. Okay, we're done with that. And let's put this on here. I knew I was going to need the glue, but I thought, you know, let's close it so we don't mess up. Another scrap piece, look at that. Turn it sideways because I have better vision sideways. I don't know why. Scoot that up a little bit. There we go. And we'll put this on the inside. These little guys are so sweet. And we'll turn that sideways again. And we'll put this on the inside. Something different, just, you know, so it carries over from the front of the card. We have the same size on the inside. You still have plenty of room to sign your name and if you want to write an additional message. It's perfect. Perfect, I think. All right, so now comes the fun part. So I am going to adhere these little guys with my liquid glue to the front, and then we'll pop those up. Maybe. I haven't decided if I want to pop them up yet or if I'm going to just lay them flat, because that ribbon, you know, the cording that I did is definitely going to be thick. So I don't want it to like be too thick, but we'll see. We'll see how it's going to go. All right, and the other thing I did off camera is I finished putting the backings on this piece, although one piece is being fickle. Let's see if I trim that, would that make a difference? I think we'll just leave it. I think once the dimensionals are on it, it will be fine. So let's put some dimensionals on this. Try to capture that little piece there. It's being stubborn. The rest of it went down pretty good. I added tearing tape across the back. I might have to double up on these two center ones. I think it'll be fine. All right, so let's lay this on our card first before we start deciding what we're doing. Okay, so this guy, I think, is going to go sort of like that. And then this little guy is going to go sort of like that, I think. And then this would go right in the center. I think what I would like to do is add some, use the blending brush and put a little ink around them. So I'll be right back. All right, so I have my mini blending brush and I'm going to use my balmy blue and take these off. Just add a little bit of color to the stark white. Bring my just kind of going around the little otter a little, just adding just a very gentle touch. You probably can't, it probably doesn't even pick up on the camera. You can put as little or a lot, depending on how much color you want to add. Coming from the edges. And we'll do the other little guy. So it kind of looks like they're still in water. All right. So the question is, do we put dimensionals on these little guys? I wanted this one down here though. Or do we leave them flat? I'm thinking flat. All right, so let's do these flat. I don't need that. So I'd love to know your thoughts on this utterly adorable suite. What do you think about it? Do you like it? Is it not your cup of tea? Drop me a comment. Let me know. And I'm enjoying that you're telling me where you're watching from. I really love that. Keep it coming. Right around there. And let's take the backs off of our dimensionals. This one little piece of ribbon keeps popping up. I wonder if I cut it off, what would happen? What would happen if I cut this guy off? Oops, that fell off. That came right off on my finger. I must have some glue on my finger. Okay, I'll put that right in the center. About here, like so. Alrighty, there you go. So I really think that adds a little something different, the cording, doesn't it? Don't you think? Gives it so much shine though. Look at that. Oh, I think that's so pretty. So pretty. So let me know what you thought about this card. I think it came out adorable, just like the suite. Utterly adorable, right? You're utterly amazing. You know, let's do a little blending in here. Why not? Why not? All right, I'll stop. Let me know your thoughts. Hope you enjoyed this. And thanks again for following along as we go through page 22 of the annual catalog with all those sketches. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.